r/Askreddit Reddit. What was your first kiss like? I was leaving my best friend's birthday party and was in her basement with her and our two best friends. I tell her that it's time for me to leave and she asks for a goodbye hug. So I open up my arms and start to take a step forward when all of a sudden she rushed at me. I remember being like, what? For about a millisecond before my whole world narrowed down to these chapped lips pressing against mine. It was just a peck, probably only about a second long, but I remember every detail about it. As she pulled away I could hear our BFFs gasping and squealing as quietly as they could. I just stood there stunned for a second, and she looked up at me with this super coy expression, like, yeah, I just kissed you. What you gonna do about it? But I know her pretty well, and she was probably gauging my reaction. I assure you, she did not have worry, because I got the biggest smile and I grabbed her and kissed her again, and then we just stood there hugging for a minute, while our friends had a small squealing fit. And then I went home. 10/10th's first kiss. Would do it again if I could. How old? We were in 7th grade I think. So she was 13, and I was a month away from 13. I was 15, I think. I was sitting next to this girl I liked. We were talking and laughing. I suddenly realized, wow, our faces are really close. I hadn't noticed that. Then she suddenly leaned forwards that little bit more and kissed me. It was just a perfectly innocent kiss. No tongue or anything. Well, not at first, anyway, and it felt amazing. My mind kind of went blank, and you know how people talk about their hearts swelling? Yeah, that's what it felt like. It's a shame she turned out to be such a manipulative cunt in the end. Well, hot damn, that last line made me laugh. It kinda caught me off guard. I thought they were going to be in love forever. Then bam, I read the last line. It was the greatest thing I've ever felt. Let me explain. Before I was 21, I had no self-esteem, I didn't like any part of my body and I just didn't valued myself as relationship worthy. But I worked with that girl, 9/10ths type of girl, totally out of my league. She kept smiling at me, even though I was very timid, but I smiled back all the time. Then we talked, went on dates, studied together and things escalated. I was ready for a life of loneliness. I was sure I was going to die without even kissing a girl, not even on a dare. I was prepared for that, but then it happened. We were in my car, she had to go work, so I dropped her off, but before she left my car she just stared at me for a solid 10 seconds. I was like, F asterisk this, I'm kissing her, and I did, and she kissed back. I felt like I could achieve anything. That kiss meant a lot to me. It was my first kiss, with the one I wanted, but most importantly, and a lot of you might think it's selfish, but most importantly, it gave me confidence. Since that day, I got to like myself. I knew I was worthy of happiness. I knew what I had, and what I lacked. I wasn't anxious of leaving home every morning for school/work. I could look at any women in the eyes and have a normal conversation without cracking my voice, because I'm now equal to all of you. That first kiss made me want to live. I'm 21. You have given me a lot of hope. I was 13, and he was 12, but a very beautiful boy, blonde, green eyes, lovely smile. He thought I was a woman, while his classmates were just kids. He also thought I was very pretty. Our parents were friends, so once, when his parents were visiting, we were hanging out in my room, sitting on my bed. He made the first move, hugged and kissed me. No tongue or anything, just a tender little kiss. He then went and shut the lights off, and then came back and kissed me again, more passionately this time. I was so in love with this boy after that. I was bullied in my school and was considered ugly by my classmates. So it was wonderful to have such a handsome boy having a crush on me. Nothing more happened after that night, just some awkward phone calls where neither of us knew what to say. Weeks later our parents fought and never talked again. As a result, I never saw him again. He thought I was a woman. Smile. While his classmates were just kids. A cold February night. I had just turned 17, as did he. We'd been dancing around each other since I joined the school that September. We went to go see Black Swan together, and then he waited with me at the bus stop until my bus arrived. I was super nervous and didn't know what to do. He swept me in his arms and just went, come here, then kissed me pretty well. It was awesome. 6 years later, and I'm not scared of kissing him anymore. Okay, this one really made me go oh wow. Are you guys married? Still waiting. When everyone here says they had their first kiss at 15, and I'm here scratching my head thinking what the hell did I do wrong? Don't worry, I'm currently 15, and have no hopes of ever kissing anyone in the near future. You're 15, worry about being irresponsible, and playing video games until 3 AM. You're gonna miss the hell out of that shit when you're older, believe me. Worry about being irresponsible, and playing video games until 3 AM. Well, that I'm definitely doing right. Fairly innocent with mouths closed and puckered lips together. The hard part was trying to figure out how long we are supposed to hold that position, but I do remember feeling wonderful. That was with my neighbor in 4th grade and there were a lot more firsts with her through the years. And then, we still keep in touch, hooking up when both of us are single. Cute. I was playing DDR with a friend in my basement, and she swore that, if I could a particular song, she'd kiss me. I did, and we did. It was pretty chaste, but it was pretty great. The first time I kissed a boy, it was long, wet, and sloppy. I distinctly remember looking up at him afterwards, his mouth covered in saliva, as he said, "Didn't get a good seal," and smirked. I gagged. I seriously wondered if I was really a full-blown lesbian after that for ages. Playing DDR. Deutsche Demokratische Republik? What IHR Kommunisten? I was 15, and he was 17. We were driving around town in his forest green Toyota Tundra. We got some Taco Bell, and parked in front of a haunted house. After finishing the food he just leaned over, and started kissing me. Total tonsil hockey. I got really hot, literal not figurative, and pulled away pretty quickly. After a few giggles, we started again. I was already in love with him. My mom almost married his uncle when I was 3. Good thing that didn't happen. We lasted 3 years. The second guy I kissed, we had Taco Bell beforehand as well. Thanks Taco Bell. Taco Bell is the ultimate wingman. You'd think it'd be KFC. My first kiss was stressful. I was in the 7th grade. My buddy was dating this girl named Court. I pretty much was forced to date her best friend, so we went on a lot of double dates. I came from a really religious family, so I was not allowed to date yet. I was always stressed out when we were hanging out, since I knew in my little 7th grader mind I was breaking the rules. Anyways, we had been going out for a few weeks now. All I had been doing with her is holding her hands and hugging her at school. So we decide to see a movie on a Friday after school. We were about to enter the theater when Court holds me back from the group and says you will kiss her before the movie ends. I was barely getting comfortable with holding her hand, but now you want me to kiss her. I had no idea what to do. So it's getting to be the middle of the movie, and I look over where Court is sitting, and she gives that look of do it. Mind you, I had no idea what to do, so I decide maybe she'll pick up on what I'm trying to do if I just lean over. Okay, you got this. Just lean over to her. Yup, that's it. She didn't see it. Dude, you just pretty much kissed her hair. I decide to try again. Nope, she's still not getting the hint. Finally I just kind of nudge her leg with mine and go in for it. She seems excited and we kiss. It was the most awkward, cherry lip gloss filled with sparkles kiss ever. My lips practically almost slipped off hers. Whatever. Mission accomplished. She later cheated on me and dumped me for this guy named Ben. TL. Doctor forced into my first kiss at a James Bond movie. Cherry lip gloss and hair. Edit. The James Bond movie was Die Another Day. It was gross. The guy just kept like munching on my face, as though he hadn't eaten in a week, and it was wet and sloppy. His glasses kept falling down, and hitting me in the face too. I went through about 3 tubes of lip balm afterwards trying to heal my severely chapped lips. Sorry about that. I was about 13, 14 at the time. I'm over it. It's just one of those things, you know? I promise it won't happen again. I'd say my second kiss was the interesting one. I was in middle school and me and this girl share our first kiss. Teacher saw us and lost it. Made me spend the rest of the week in detention for PDA. On Friday when school ended, me and the girl were walking home together and the teacher that nabbed us was operating the crosswalk. So me being the defiant little shit that I was, and me knowing that the teacher couldn't do anything if I was off school property. I laid a fat kiss, my second kiss, on this girl the second we crossed the street. I've never seen a teacher so mad in my life. Edit. Phrasing. A teacher me and this girl share our first kiss. A teacher punishing kids for kissing? What kind of f*** up shit is that? My middle school literally had a rule against hugging. It wasn't very well enforced, but still. I was 15 and had been spending quite a bit of time with an older boy, 17, I had met at school. We were both clearly into each other. I had made up my mind it was time for the kiss, but I was so nervous since I had never kissed anyone before. He was over at my house one night and I remember spending the entire time trying to get up the nerve to kiss him. I'd get close to him, like within kissing distance haha, and then chicken out. Finally it was close to the end of the evening. I was sitting on the top of the stairs, and he came and sat beside me. All of a sudden he gently turned my face to his and kissed me. It was perfect. I told him afterwards I had been trying to kiss him all night and kept chickening out, and he was like I know haha. After his dad picked him up, I was so giddy my mom could even tell something was up. I couldn't stop smiling. We started officially dating not long after that, and eventually got married. Been together 15 years. I actually had a teen date movie Esquire first kiss. My girlfriend at the time and I were at a Halloween party and went outside to talk. Some of our friends came outside and I said to her, hey, let's pretend like we are making out. She then looked at me and said, how about we actually make out? And before I can do anything, I was hot and heavy into my first actual kiss, which I'm all but positive I completely up. I'm so happy she did that cause I had no balls and would have never made the first move. In fact I was a pretty big prude until I got to college and finally realized girls do like it when you make a move.